The other thing you can think about as a thought experiment is if you can just have a school, if you will, or a group of all 5 out of 10 teachers, but you redistribute them. So you have 3 schools and each one has 30 teachers and they're all exactly average, but they all disagree about how to basically what the school experience should be like. And then you can reorganize those exactly equal in quality teachers, but they're now with their type of person, with their type of leader, so they can row in the same direction. A question back to you guys is, does that potentially create a better experience for the students? Because what used to be average teachers are now average teachers that are aligned, and so they're able to actually improve and do things like they can get more out of their hourly, meeting every week, their team meeting, because they're not debating the general proposition of like, what should even a good classroom look like, where Sean's 4th grade teacher thinks it should look like a classroom where the teacher's yelling at the kids. Like that, if you're debating that, obviously you're not going to make any progress. But if you're debating something more subtle, and Joe can say, I had success with this kid in math that I've never had success in before, and the other 3 of us are listening carefully because we share a lot of intellectual DNA, improvement happens in systems like that. So that's an inherent problem. It's not just selecting good people, but it's allowing regular people to find more of an aligned tribe. And so that cuts against the basic idea we think of public schools, where roughly they should all be sort of the same.
Yeah. I've got this rolling around in my head that it's not just thinking about teacher hiring, because I'm with you that with what was just said, that teacher hiring is so critical. It's so important. And it's having good teachers is maybe the best indicator of how well you're going to be able to change or grow or improve or all that. It's not just hiring, in my mind, it's not just hiring good teachers. It's hiring teachers who are interested in improving, teachers who are interested in change. And so to me, the tribe that I would want at a school is less about specific pedagogical practice and more about shared interest in improvement. And I'm going back to when I was at Riverdale Country School and I was running the academic technology program. I built this professional development program for teachers, and this was sort of what I referenced about catering to the people who were interested in working with me. And so I built this program that was wide open, and I think it was very much actually what you're describing as I'm thinking about this, because it was a foundational course in best practices in education, educational theory, and applied educational science in the classroom. And it was the hook was that it was called the Pedagogy and Technology Workshop. And I'm revealing my secrets here. I don't know if anybody who was in it was listening to me, but the actual point of this was not the technology, it was the good teaching. And so I got people in the door saying, hey, you're going to learn how to use the tech in your classroom. But really it was about, let's learn how to do backward design, and let's learn how to think about Bloom's taxonomy and higher order thinking, and then back these things up with great application of technology. And so we had people come in from wide-ranging approaches to education. There were the futurists, the people who were like, yeah, I'll try anything new. That's cool. And then we had some people who were very traditional in their approach, but all of them were interested in improvement and change. And it was a very, very successful program for a subset of the population at the school, but it was growing every year. And it seems to me like that's maybe the key, is that it's not that you want all of the people rowing in the same pedagogical direction so much as you want people rowing in the same intellectual direction. We want to improve. We want to get better at our jobs. We want to create a better experience for our students, no matter what that means to me as the specific teacher in that classroom. And then given that, we're all trying to improve and the cross-pollination is happening.
Yes, right. Are there early adopters that then share it with others?
Right.
And are they intellectually, do they have some version of like a growth mindset about we're actually trying to improve? Right. And to some degree, since some people honestly are not at that moment in their careers trying to improve, you need some ability to separate them, or at least not that allow them to pollute the group of people that are genuinely trying to improve, right? Like the mock, jokey version of PD is always, like as shown on TV and stuff like that. If you're trying to like show real life through comedy, you basically show professional development where there's always some bomb throwers in there that are just trying to blow up the basic proposition.
Right.
And it blocks the kind of progress that you're talking about.
Did you learn something just now? Get the full episode of Ways We Learn wherever you get your podcasts. And while you're there, we'd love to get your rating or review.